Right, guys, you know I love a site inspection and I always get asked what I do, so I'm going to break it down for you so you've got all the deets. Site inspections are an absolute must as a way to find out first-hand information on a resort so you can help your clients decide if it's right for them. When I arrive, I always start with a discussion with whoever's showing me around, making sure I get a good overview of the resort before we get started. I always try to get to know the person that's taken the time to show me around, asking them where they live, if they live close by, how long they've worked there, just to try and build some rapport. Where possible, depending on occupancy, I always ask to see as many room types as possible. This means you'll get the best understanding of which room type is best for your client. Some of the questions I always ask are things like, is the minibar included? Is it replenished daily? What are the options for extra beds to be added to the room? Is there a charge for that? Do they have accessible rooms for guests with mobility issues? What's the maximum occupancy for the room types across the resort? And when it comes to taking content, I always make sure I take videos walking into the room, if possible showing the room number. I also take videos of all the areas of the room, including the bathroom, pan around shots, detail shots of things like the bedside table, the minibar, the toiletries available in the bathroom, and things like the in-room safe, if there's an ironing board, if there's a hairdryer, etc, etc. I take random photos and videos just walking around the resort. It really helps to give those viewers a feel for the vibe. Yes, it feels a bit awkward. You feel a little bit embarrassed. Everyone's watching you. But you know what? When you get home and you've got that good content to share on your social media, you really won't care. You'll not see these people again. Next up, let's talk about the facilities. I always want to see all the facilities available, the gym, if there's an indoor pool, if there is a spa. I want to know the opening times, if there's an extra charge. For the kids club, I want to know what ages the kids clubs are for. Are they able to be left alone? Is there an extra charge? Are they able to stay in the evening? What times are the sessions? How many sessions can they book? How did they book the sessions? All the things. And you know what? Yes, I know that you can find a lot of this out on the internet on Find Your Resort, but it's about building that rapport with who's taking you around, showing a real interest in the resort and the facilities available. When it comes to places where you can eat, I ask about if there is an extra charge for the restaurants, especially if it's an all-inclusive. Are any of them seasonal? What days are they open? And super important, I always ask if they're able to cater for people with allergies or people who are gluten-free, vegetarian, etc. If there's a beach at the resort, I always want to take a good look at the sand to understand if it's that fine sandy sand or if it's a pebble beach. I want to ask about the sunbeds on the beach. Are they an extra charge? And if there isn't a beach at the resort, then how far away the closest beach is. Okay, so let's rewind it back now a little bit to things I do before the site inspection to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible. I have an email template that I use and it's worked pretty well. And once you've had confirmation of the site inspection, I always follow up a few days before the inspection just to reconfirm and make sure everything is on track and we know the time, I know who I'm meeting. And then at the end of the site inspection, I always make sure I properly thank whoever's taken time out of their busy day to show me around the resort and tell them I'll follow up with an email of any socials or content that I've made as a result of the site inspection. The minute I get back from a site inspection, and I mean straight away, I type up all the information I've just learned, because I tell you, perimenopause has got my memory like a sieve. I just chuck it all in a note and then it's there for me when I'm ready to maybe write up a blog or do an email to my email list. So if you're wanting to do site inspections when you're away, don't be scared. It's not that big a deal. Just turn up on time, ask lots of questions and take lots of content. And if you're a travel agent that's looking for a little bit of extra help in your business, finding resorts, for your client based on exactly the facilities they're looking for, then check out Find Your Resort. There's a free 7-day trial for the search engine that's made for travel agents.